Hey, what's up, beautiful people? It's me, Positively Udo. I have mint M&Ms, which I do not like, honestly. Now, leave the mint chocolate to Andes and Girl Scouts. But I wanted to make this video in case somebody out there goes through what I went through. And you won't get played because I did not get played. I hope I'm going the right way. Can the GPS come up? Okay. So, my stuff got stolen. I was in this nice neighborhood, and my stuff got stolen. My Louis Vuitton bag and my laptop carrying case that had my laptop in it, it got stolen. I was really upset. One, the laptop has a lot of freaking business information in it. Two, the Louis bag is worth like over $1,000. I don't know much about fashion, but I know that's what a Louis bag is worth. Thank you. And I think I go this way. Please tell me I go this way. Yes, I go that way. Okay. And that bag meant a lot to me. It means a lot. I have it. I got it back. I'll tell you how. The bag means a lot to me because I won it fair and square in a friendly business competition. I won it fair and square. So my stuff gets stolen. And the people who stole it are really stupid. Like, I don't know what's wrong with them. I don't know how many of them stole it. How many of them were in cahoots, but they're really dumb. So, how did I get my stuff back within 48 hours? I got my stuff back within 48 hours. The important, non-replaceable stuff, or a really expensive to replace stuff, got it back in 48 hours. Oh, those apartments are really cute. Oh, that's a senior living center. Never mind. Okay. So, first things first, I had to realize my stuff was stolen. It took me like a little bit to realize it was stolen. Like, maybe it took me an hour or two to realize it was stolen. Because first you check everywhere, like, oh, maybe I left it here, maybe I left it there, maybe I left it at work, whatever. Then you realize, nope, it's not in any of those places. So what's the first thing you do? You check your card. Go to your bank's app. First of all, you need to have a smartphone. It's 2019. If you don't have a smartphone, you need one. I'm going to turn left. Okay. You need to have a smartphone so you can download your bank's app. If you don't download your bank's app, I will never understand people who don't have their bank's app on their phone. Like, you're given the privilege and luxury of having at your immediate fingertips your financial information. Why would you not do it? So, I check my bank, and I see somebody went to a 7-Eleven that very morning. And I was like, babe, did you go to 7-Eleven? Did I go to 7-Eleven? No, we did not go to 7-Eleven. We did not stay up that late and go to 7-Eleven. Someone stole my card. And they were stupid enough to try to use the card at a gas station, of all places. Gas stations that have video cameras everywhere. So dumb. So, first of all, you have to put in a police report. Because I go to the 7-Eleven, I ask to see the video cameras, and they will not allow me to see the video cameras. So I put in a police report. Here's the thing about putting in a police report for a stolen item. Stolen items are very low on the priority list. And the police just don't care. They don't care. Like, as I'm giving the police my statement, he's like, okay, I got everything I need. And I was like, wouldn't you like the address of the 7-Eleven that the thief went to? He's like, no. I'm like, okay. What? Okay. And so I go back to that 7-Eleven and I'm like, hey, I filed a police report. May I see the video footage now? They're like, no. Only a police officer can see the footage. And I'm just freaking out because you can sell a laptop, you can sell a Louis bag. You know what I mean? And get your money. I'm like, I cannot. The police was telling me that, oh, it might take the detective a day or two to get back to you. I'm like, I don't have a day or two. I need my stuff before it's like untraceable. So I call back the police, and the problem was that the items were stolen in one city, but the 7-Eleven is in a different city, so that police officer can't help me with getting information from the different city. It was very annoying. So I was calling to the two different cities' police stations all friggin' day, just badgering them, and you do not dial 911 for these things. Like, just find the non-emergency line. You dial the non-emergency line, or if you filed a police report, there's a special line just for police reports. And I was dialing those, and the person over the phone just kept being like, sorry, you're trying to bypass the system. You have to wait for the detective to call you. I can't do that. We can't do that. We can add a note to your report, but we can't do anything. Finally, one lady was like, okay, I'll have the police officer give you a call. So the police officer gives me a call, and I'm like getting more and more anxious because I realize that my laptop has a Find My Device feature, because I have a Lenovo Yoga. It's a Microsoft laptop, and all Microsoft laptops have a feature that it has the GPS. So I see on my laptop's GPS exactly where the hell it is. Like, the exact apartment complex that it's at. I see it. So I'm like calling, like, oh my gosh, I know exactly where the hell my stuff is. I know where it is. But unfortunately, it's like a apartment complex. So I don't know, where the person lives, but I know where my stuff is. If I can just get a police officer to help me today so I can salvage my stuff today, that would be so amazing. Please, 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 please. And the police officer was like, well, finally the police that I filed a report with, he called me back. He was like, well, I can't go out there to that city because I work in this city. So you're just going to have to call that city's police. I was like, okay. In my head, I'm thinking, well, I've been calling that city's police and they've been telling me there's something that they can do, but fine, whatever. He came out of your mouth that I can call that police, so I'll call them. So I keep calling and I am super annoying them. I'm bugging the hell out of them. And until to the point that one of the non-emergency dispatchers was like, you know what, just dial 911. like if you want a police to come out to you, just dial 911. So I dial 911, and I told the dispatcher what's going on. And she's like, well, you have to wait for the detective. I'm like, no. I'm not waiting for the detective, because these gas stations erase their videos after how many hours, and I know where the people are right now, and if we give them any time, they can move, and then I won't know where they are, and then my stuff will never be found. I need a police officer to come look at this 7-Eleven video surveillance tape right now. I know exactly what time they charged my card. I know that they tried to go to an ATM. In there, we can easily figure out who the person is. And Leah's like, you have to wait. And I'm like, no. I'm just like, please, I know this is not a high priority. I know the police are dealing with much higher priority things. But if there's any way that some off-duty police, I don't care, like just somebody can come out here, look at the surveillance footage, so we can at least see, who was it? What was their car? What did the car look like? What was their license plate number? Because I know where they live. And if I can find out what car they drive, I'll be able to verify that they live in this neighborhood, and that I can look up their license. In the state of Texas, if you have somebody's license plate, you just go to the court and you can find out all the information about that person. I can look them up, and I can get more information. So when the detective finally gets my case, he can get right to work. The 911 lady was finally like, okay, listen, you're not listening to me. So I'm just going to send the police out there for you, and he can tell you what I'm trying to tell you, because it's very clear that you're not listening to me. However, it's going to be a while, because, there's a lot of stuff going on right now. And I'm like, fine. So in the meantime, I did go to that apartment complex. I took a photograph of every car that was in the parking lot. And then I went back to the 7-Eleven, and I was just trying to get information from the owner, as much information as I can. And he was like, oh no, I can't tell you anything. I'm like, okay, well, can you at least tell me, what is the 7-Eleven policy for suspicious behavior? Like, do you guys not report suspicious behavior? He's like, I can't tell you that. I'm like, excuse me, you can't tell me your policy? It's just a yes or no question. Like, do you or do you not report suspicious behavior? Because it is really suspicious for a guy to keep trying a card in the ATM, it's not working, then keep trying a card at the cashier desk, it's not working. And if your person asks for ID, you're supposed to ask for ID when anybody uses a card. So if somebody's being weird, at least ask for ID, and you can see. I highly doubt that it was another young black female that stole my stuff. I just doubt it. In the demographic of this area, I highly doubt it. And the person would be able to see this is really suspicious behavior. Like, I highly doubt a young black girl with an African ass name stole my stuff. I don't believe it. He's like, I can't tell you. And I'm like, sir, can you just tell me if you guys report suspicious behavior or not? He's like, I'm not going to tell you anything. It's not going to help your situation. I'm like, yes, it will help my situation, because then I can call the 7-Eleven headquarters and try to surpass whatever BS high ground you're on, because I'll know if you followed your policies or if you did not follow your policies. I just need to know, yes or no, does this 7-Eleven have that policy? He's like, ma'am, you're overreacting. I'm like, dude, I'm not overreacting. My stuff was stolen. You're telling me if somebody stole your stuff and charged your card, you wouldn't want to know what's going on? He's like, you're just overreacting. You need to leave right now. And I'm like, and so I record it. This is the day and age where you record it. I left him a bad review on Google, whatever. And I did call the 7-Eleven headquarters, and I was like, this store, I have a huge complaint about this store, and this is a person's name. I am that Becky with the short let me see your manager hair. I am that lady, okay, in young black female form. So I report him, I leave, and I just wait for the police. And it takes the police like over 2 hours to get to me. Luckily, the people who entered my car, they didn't steal anything else. It was very weird. Like, there was so much stuff that they could have stolen. I have stuff that's useful in this car. And I have some prescription as well that apparently people often steal prescriptions of any kind. Okay, I didn't know that was the thing, but they do, and they didn't. So luckily I still had a lot of my work in the car. So I was able to do work in my car, but still, it was like, it was a whole day wasted. A whole friggin' day wasted. So definitely doing more precaution. I am going to find some kind of GPS device that like pinpoints and alerts the authorities right away or something like that. I don't know. I'll have to find it. So I stick around and I wait, and finally I get a police officer, and I'm like, listen, officer, I've done everything I'm supposed to do. My items were stolen in X city, and I filed a police report with X city. Because it was stolen in X city, but now we're in Y city, X city police aren't doing a damn thing. All I need, sir, is to take a look at the surveillance footage so I can get a description of the person who stole my stuff and the vehicle that they used, so I can give this information to the detective so that he can find my stuff faster, officer. And this 7-Eleven man is not telling me anything or letting me do anything without a police officer. Can you please help me? And the police is like, well, probably won't help, but I'm here, I'll help you out. So we go in, and the 7-Eleven guy's like, acting all surprised. And I'm like, dude, I told you I was calling the police. I told you somebody stole my freaking card, and you told me, go call the police then. I don't care. Of course I called the police, dude. Duh. He was like, ho, officer. And he's like, yeah, this young lady, she's saying, I just want to take a look at your surveillance footage. And he was like, well, you have to know the last 4 digits of the card. If you don't know the last 4 digits of the card, sorry. And like, oh, I have my bank on the line. I have the last 4 digits. Thank you. He was like, oh, well, you need to know the time. If you don't know what time it was, then, oh, I have the time to the minute as well. What else do you need, sir? What other excuses are you bringing up, sir? And he was like, okay, fine. So he and the police go in the back, they look at the footage, and they come out, and the guy's like, oh yeah, I've seen that guy all the time. It happened this morning. I'm like, you freaking idiot. That's exactly what the hell I was telling you. And you told me you didn't see any suspicious behavior today. Yeah, I see this guy called. He came in and he was trying to buy all these beers, and I was like, shut up, dude. The dude even had the audacity to, try to whisper to the police, hey, she's been really unruly in my store. She's been asking me questions all day. And the police officer was like, dude, her shit got stolen. She didn't do anything. Asking you questions as a store owner is a perfectly reasonable thing to do when your shit's stolen and you have evidence that it was stolen in this location. She's fine. I was like, yes. For once, officer on my side, yes. And the officer gave me a description of the guy. So I keep calling the report hotline like, hey, I have an update, I have a description, and he went this way, and at this time. They have the footage. And so I was like, is there anything that we can do today? Can we get this done today? Can an officer go to the 7-Eleven today and go to the apartment complex today and you know, let's get this done? And he's like, no, you know, you filed a report today, so it's not going to even get to the detective until tomorrow. So tomorrow comes. Today's tomorrow. I called the detective first thing in the morning. Hello. Typical office hours are 8 a.m., so I call at 8 a.m. And the lady's like, okay, let me transfer you to the detective and see if he answers. Luckily, I called early enough that he answered. He's just starting his day. I'm like, hi, I filed a police report, and I'm just calling to make sure that you got it, and to make sure that it has all the correct information, and to see if there's anything that I can do to expedite the, you know, the due process. He's like, okay, yeah, you're down here in my queue. Let me bring you up. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I was like, whoa, if I didn't do anything, who knows at what time he would have gotten to my case. And he's like, reading the description, he's like, they didn't even put the address of the 7-Eleven. And I was like, oh my God, eye roll. Here's the address. Oh my God. And he's like, they didn't put the address of the location that you think your stuff is at either. And I was like, oh my freaking God. I was like, did they at least give you the description of the person? He's like, yeah. They said short white guy. I was like, okay. Did they tell you this? Did they tell you that? He's like, oh no, let me write all this down. I was like, oh my God. I was like, geez Louise. They honestly do not care. So he said, okay, I'm going to send you an email. It's my personal business, professional email. And, you know, send me as much more details that you can. Send me as much proof as you can. And I'm going to send a surveillance specialist out there. And I'm going to go to this, you know, apartment complex myself. And I was like, oh my God. Thank you so much. Oh my God. Oh, and he was like, hey, yeah, how did you get the description? How did you get them to let you see the surveillance footage? I was like, oh, I got a police to come out. He was like, how'd you get the police to come out? They never do that. They're like, they never do that. They would never come out just for that. And I was like, really? Well, I called enough times. I called about 11 times. So eventually they got fed up and said, well, damn it, fine, we'll bring somebody. It was like, good for you. So, long story short, he finds my stuff in a dumpster. A Louis Vuitton bag in a dumpster. Took him like 2 hours, max. No, 3 hours, so I was saying. Took him 3 hours. In a freaking dumpster. I was like, these people are, and the computer was in the dumpster too. I was just like, these people are freaking idiots. What, like, they got maybe $50 out of this when they could have ended with like $2,000. You know what I mean? Like, freaking stupid. So, the detective actually comes to my workplace to deliver me the goods. So I'm like, oh my God, this is like 5-star service. Thank you so much. He delivers the goods. All the stuff that was inside my bag is gone. It's replaceable as long as I can remember what was in there. Some of that stuff needs to be replaced anyway. Unfortunately, that included a massage gift card. I mean, that included there was some good stuff in there, man. Free massage, free food, free boba tea. There was just a lot of good stuff in there. Gone. But it's okay. The most valuable stuff, my pride and dignity, have been saved. And he's gonna press charges on whoever that freaking guy was who ran my card for credit card abuse. It's a felony. And I'm like, good. So I'm gonna provide him with even more proof, because he'll have the video footage, and then I'll see if my bank can like give me a PDF of all the attempts at the time, date, location, all the attempts he tried to run my card. I'm gonna give that to him as well, so he has, you know, everything he needs to get a warrant for whoever this person is, to get a warrant for their arrest. And also the 7-Eleven owner is very familiar with that person. Apparently that person frequently goes to his shop. So I feel really good. You know, I got myself back, and some justice will be served. I feel like there were other people involved, but I don't know. But at least this one stupid dude will be put in jail, and he could be stupid in jail instead of being stupid out in public. And so I just wanted to share this story because in my gut I knew I was going to get my stuff back. Like when I saw that when my laptop had the GPS thing, I was like, I'm getting my stuff back. Oh yeah, I'm getting my stuff back. And I got my stuff back. Law of attraction at work, woo! But I'm sharing this because this is why I started YouTube. I started a YouTube channel to share things that that nobody talks about, but you wish people talked about. And I really wish there was a blog or Reddit post or something that would have helped me out and just feel some peace in this situation, or help me out feel what to do. Because honestly, if I was any other type of person, like if I was the type of person that just took things at face value, I would have my stuff back. Like if I was the kind of person, the dispatcher says, ma'am, there's nothing you can do, you just need to wait for the detective, I wouldn't have my stuff back. But I can imagine, like most people do, most people take things at face value. If an official person says, ma'am, you can't do that, most people will say, okay, I guess I can't do that. But I'm not that kind of person. I was raised not to be that kind of person. And business has taught me that you just cannot be that kind of person. You have to take matters into your own hands, because nobody's going to care. Nobody's going to care about this Louis bag and laptop more than me. So you have to take everything that's important to you in your own hands. Your fate cannot be in the hands of somebody else. So I'm making this video so the 20 people over how many years this video will be up that need to see this will see it. And hopefully you get your stuff back too. Okay, so cool. That's it. This is a super long video. If you watch to the end, I'm going to give you a gift. Just leave me a comment below. I'm going to give you something. So that means you're an OG. Like that means there is something beautiful that we can create together. So I'm going to give you something really good. Leave me a comment below saying that, hey, I watched to the very end, and I will contact you and I'll give you a free gift. It's probably going to be some kind of book or something. But with that said, hopefully I make edited videos eventually one day. But until next time, bye guys.